All right, welcome back, guys and girls. It's the OlimoLeague. It's the monthly finals, and it's the other semifinals. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, it's going to be Dead Pixels, Red Zerg player True.
The bottom left as the Blue Terran, it's Fantasy.
And if you missed the other set, spoiler alert coming. There's your warning. Yanghua beat out Impact 3-1, is waiting in the finals. So the winner of this will fight against the Protoss, guaranteed.
Well,
You're the big fantasy fan, man. What's the layout? What's the lay of the land here? How's this gonna go down?
I don't know, I can only repeat what I've said before, and that he's well known for being very multitasking oriented.
So he plays Terran like a Terran, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's some Terrans that are actually pretty passive, though. I mean, Gumiho can turn it on, you know, the multitasking, you'd be like a real beast with it, but then there's also games where he just plays really super passive. Fantasy, I feel like he always tries to be aggressive, whether it's like, you know, 2-base builds of a variety of different sorts, or whether it's bio or mech. But his macro actually is like kind of his weak point. You know, behind all this cool micro and damage he's doing, he has like 600 minutes on the bank that needs to put down a bunch of barracks for it. And that's something I've always said about him, and it still holds true. Even
I feel like sometimes the way you describe players are like, he would just be so perfect if he could do this one thing different. Like for Marine King, it's the bunkers, or Fantasy, it's like put down a couple extra barracks. Like
I actually think you're more on Marine King's ass about the bunker thing.
Well, I just like to write a bad joke. I'm the guy who beats the dead horse, but
okay.
This is gonna be the Reaper opener here out of Fantasy. So I guess scouting versus True is gonna be a pretty big deal, because I think, you know, we're talking about Fantasy a little bit, but what makes True such a scary guy is, like, yeah, he'll play the standard game, but he's also totally willing to be weird and go for like fast ultras. Maybe not in this matchup, but still, it's just he's able and capable of doing the strange. And what I like even more is he's got a house filled with some of the best minds in Korea right now. The Axiom House has got to be like the coolest place to be with. I think MMA took over his stream yesterday for a little bit. I sadly didn't get to see that, but I saw pictures posted on like Reddit and Twitter. So like he's living with like players like Impact, like MMA, Crank soon to go back home too. Like the best resources, in my opinion, are available to him as far as like becoming a better player or using the right strategies.
Maybe. Of course, Fantasy used to be on SKT, and I don't know, they were pretty good, even though they lost the finals. God.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, and he, unfortunately, they never really used their Terrans a whole lot. They had too good of a lineup otherwise. Not anymore, am I right? No, I think I feel sad. Oh well.
Hey, well, the Reaper gets in here, gets a quick kill. A small shout out goes out to Desro, just hosted the stream. So hello, all you panda bears out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're joining us at the right time. Protoss in the finals, guys. If you missed it, Yanghua will be fighting the winner of this series, so you can definitely get your fill. Speaking of pandas, look at those little paws on that Reaper. That's so cute.
That is cute. Fantasy's going for a starport. No tech labs. I got about to add some medevac drop, no second gas as well. Not unexpected. In fact, actually what I expected. It was just not brave enough to call it. Well, they just put a tech lab now, so maybe.
Maybe you'll get the like brave enough.
Yeah. It's true, though. I don't want to be like, yeah, I really think he's going to go for a drop this game. He doesn't do it, and everyone's just like...
It is true, though.
Yeah. It's D-Pix true. You're like a 12-year-old, Jesus.
Sorry. His team name cannot be abbreviated into anything that is not inappropriate.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hey, Rifkin. DP.
Just look. Let's cast the game, okay? Let's not just screw Rifkin over here at casting.
Okay. So it was Banshees, actually. No second gas means there's not going to be any cloak. And probably not a second Banshee either. They kind of call this the emergency defensive Banshee. Not that it can't go over the side of the map, as in this means these Marines are killing overlords, but it's not going to do a lot of damage, even if it's, you know, not scouted.
Yeah, that's an irritating supply block that equates with the pick between the Marines or the Hellions. And as he stacks up the drones for the Hellions, that might not be the right move here, Zombie Grub. 11 workers dead, 12 workers dead. Oh, 15. 56.
Well, that was pretty damn nice. Now, there was a small Link counterattack on the natural fantasy. I guess it killed like 1 or 2 SCVs, maybe?
Yeah, consolation prize. That was a really nice attack. The Queens had to split their attention, either kill the Marines that were killing them or kill the Hellions killing the drones. He tried to do the best that he could, but you know, there are particular ways you pull like 4 or 5 workers at a time to block out the Hellions from advancing forward, but don't ever stack all the drones up, guys. That's exactly what the Terran player wants from you.
Didn't really get to notice what True is doing, but he's going for a very fast lair. That's partially why I didn't have anything to defend that. You know, he wasn't going for Evo Chambers to help block off. He wasn't going for Lings because he didn't have any third to defend. And then, yeah, this Banshee comes in. He did see it, but he only got a Sport Caller in 1 base. Again, it's not cloaked.
Ooh.
Doesn't have cloak, so the Banshee actually could take on the Queen itself, but not 2 queens.
I wonder if I should go for both these completing here. Oh, actually, this goes for the cancel.
So it is that fast Spire, and that's kind of a fast Spire can be okay against a bio player, but it seems like it just never really turns out that way. It's a lot better against a mech player for sure, and it's kind of a gutsy call from True to guess that Fantasy's going mech. He's right, actually. Fantasy does have an armory and 2 more factories.
Ooh, I like this. The one mech style we got to see the other day was Marine King, and that kind of flopped pretty badly, but let's see how Fantasy chooses to execute this. Banshee's still alive, and the Viking looking for a couple Overlord kills. And that's a lot of Hellions coming across the map. Oh no, there's not a wall, there's only Lings.
We sees that Spire, by the way, so gonna put that on turrets well in due time. But yeah, those Hellions are coming up. There's a Queen that sees it. What are you gonna do now? You don't have that many Lings.
You're gonna find a Korean barbecue is what you're gonna do now. Not a lot of other options here. It does actually bring the Lings in pretty nicely. Still, though, the surround on this, as he gets into the choke, is going to be so hard to deal with. Oh, these drones, Zombie Grub, stacking up once again. They go for that pull. The Lings die out, and with 11 workers dead again, this is going to hurt. Even if he goes for mutas at this point in the game, he doesn't have any money to make them. He has to remake those drones.
Yeah, that was pretty painful. Not quite like just GG already True, but that was really good.
That's 30 workers dead is what that is, yeah, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
really well done.
No money. No money to make mutas. The mutas are coming out at a time where like they kind of normally come out in a bio game now.
Yeah, I mean the idea is that with mutas you want to get here before there's too many Thors out. You'll pick them off one at a time, but not going to be an option available here to True. And this gives Fantasy all the time in the world to get these extra turrets up and play super extra safe. 3 Thors, 2 Vikings. Man, he is really worried about those mutas.
Well, the idea is also that, you know, the common follow-up is going to be Swarm Host, especially after someone took that much damage too, I feel. Is that they're going to go for Swarm Host that can buy you a lot of money and buy you a lot of time. So the Hellbat Thor composition isn't, you know, it's good against mutas, and that push is very powerful against Swarm Host players.
Yo, we got a double sub hype going on too. Shout out to Fru Huai. I believe it's the first time I'm seeing this person sub, but coming back, Desra Fighting. Looking for those sick replays, man. Thanks for that sub, and thanks again for that host, dude. But okay, Viking, hunting for some Overlord kills. This one will get picked off, sadly. He's already got 2 kills on it, so it's not too bad, but with the mutas out, this really shouldn't get much more. Meanwhile, though, actually, oddly enough, because there's such a small tank count, going for Swarm Host might not be such a bad idea. This is all going to hinge on like when Fantasy chooses to push out, though. Because if you're getting Swarm Hosts out and, you know, you've only got about 4, 5 by the time, you know, Thors and Hellions are in your base, even Swarm Hosts aren't going to save you.
Yeah, that all depends on when Fantasy really decides to... If he decides to play Turtle, you know, he'll probably have enough tanks in time in that case, honestly. But if he decides to go for this push, he could actually end things pretty fast here. Tanks are on the way, more factories are also on the way.
Well, the Banshee being alive is kind of cool. We'll see if that gets used too much in the game. We often see instances where you're like, shoot the Swarm Host, but they're just kind of sitting above the Thors. Hellion's still looking for a bit of damage here. No Blue Flame investment in this, curiously enough. This will actually help out a ton versus the Locust, so I hope Fantasy does consider this. Blue Flame usually is left out because, you know, between mutas and roaches, you usually don't actually get to use it too much, but whether it's for run-bys on the drones, beating back the Locust waves, I mean, Blue Flame's a pretty nice thing to have.
Scan on, what, the natural? Yeah, the natural. We actually get to see the Swarm Host popping out, so no guesswork with that infestation pit. Cat, why? Come on! That's lost forever. Push that down a hole I can't reach.
Ooh. Yeah.
See, at any other cats, it probably would have been okay, but specifically the last 10 minutes, probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of very inappropriate. You know what? You gotta be careful. Twitch is cracking down on content here. You know, you gotta dress properly and not say
You're the
bad
one who
things.
actually said what that initials meant.
Man, I hate that I have to wear pants now on cast. Like, this is so dumb.
You don't have to wear pants. You just have to show off your.
I think I've been like, by the way, like for those people who want to still dress sexy, just crop the camera for your face. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Link counterattack, sadly, is going to run into a flame of Hellions. Oh, well, that's awkward. And they're going to catch them on the retreat, too, so True's going to lose this counterattack potential. He's caught up on the... He's finally got his drone count back up to where it could be, and I like this double expand move, but... man, I kind of feel like if Fantasy just goes, I mean, does he realize it's 174 supply to 125, right? Like...
Well, he probably does now. It's like, wow, that's all the score posts you have? No. Siege is up here. He probably could have really pushed the issue with on top of the storm host, that is. But getting this base, not a bad move. I mean, he could also send some Hellions off to the left and maybe get that other base as well.
I just kind of don't like that he took all of them. This makes this susceptible to lings again, but I guess not worried about that. Oh god. With Blue Flame this time. It's funny to watch 100 shots go off and nothing die, but there we go. 13 workers starting to get racked up here. This is why you need spine callers most of the time. These queens are doing a great job. It's still 20 workers dead. It's 20 workers dead. Down to 40 drones on what is basically 3 bases mining. This isn't actually bad for saturation, but it's not good for income.
Going more into mutas. Maybe realizing that he could have an opportunity to kill the mech army should there not be enough Thors, but there's enough Vikings. So like 4 Thors,
Yeah.
good magic box, 20 mutas, maybe they actually eventually take down the Thors, but with Vikings, definitely not.
But that is going to be a big problem. I mean, the Muta swap's usually one of those few things. It's kind of like a surprise move. You're back in the game. You're ready to rock and roll. But, I mean, even though they're going to catch this base a little off guard, maybe even kill Command Center in a best-case scenario, like, these Vikings should be able to come home even without the Thors to deal with this. The upgrades are just not there. I mean, yeah, Vikings are going to have 2-1 versus Naked Mutalisks. Lose some SCVs, though, so...
Yeah, bringing only back the Vikings is a cool move. They will be able to deal with this.
You never see Vikings really be effective versus mutas. One of those few times.
Yeah.
They're gonna fly northward though into Thors, so they gotta be careful. It's gonna get sandwiched in by a lot of anti-air in a moment. As you see, Thors are incredibly effective too, and the Vikings are gonna catch more than the mutas. Sick. Great control here out of Fantasy. As more of them do go down. A couple do survive, but of course with the siege line set up where it is, even these swarmos are not that big of a threat. And as this base dies, again, like, True sitting here on 63 drones, and that's great, but it's like on bases that are almost mined out. This third's not going to last for too much longer. I kind of fear that True might starve out of this game before Fantasy kills him.
Maybe. He's actually trying to really win this game with mutas as opposed to just getting enough swarm hosts to drag on the game way too long. And that's okay if Fantasy wasn't prepared. There are actually a lot of games where a mech player only gets like 2 Thors and no Vikings, and the swap does kill him after a good lead, but this is not one of them.
Thor's going to deal with the wing run by a little bit. Trying to send them over here to kill the mutas. If a planetary fortress lands though at the end, or stands still at the end of the day, I think that's what matters the most. But I kind of don't like that Fantasy gave up his position to come back home to chase these. There's been a lot of situations in this game where I want him to go for the throat, but I guess if he sandwiches in the mutas, it does completely remove them from the map, and he won't have to worry about these any longer. Tries to intercept with the Vikings. He knows which way they're going, but the mutas are pretty darn quick.
Oh, they've stopped though. Oh, they've stopped. Oh,
what? He should have gotten that's like 2 mutas there. They just basically gave up.
Yeah, he's not. He's just a mech player is actually going between sides of the map and killing the bases. Not
right.
Usual case.
Slowly making it happen, I suppose. But cleaning up a lot of these tumors on the way too. We got that swap to Ravens coming up behind us. 3-3 has begun, or at least 3 rather has begun, and building plating. You might kill all the overlords. We joked about Yangwa doing this earlier versus Impact. We've seen actually Gumiho do this versus Life and Rogue, where he took out all their overlords and they're down to like 80 supply cap. That is the danger of Vikings.
He is really supply blocking True too, and True He can make 10 overlords, then he's kind of has to. And that's all his money.
Yeah.
Oh, brace the fighter with the mutas. Oh, be careful.
Actually, that'll
Things
hurt.
in there too.
Well, even with the Lings like being outside, keeps the Thors from getting involved with the fight, right? Magic box on top of the Thors and the Vikings, so this will be nice. He will be able to take this fight, but still, if it comes down to a base trade at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Fantasy's going to win this. Raven, Secret Missile, please! No!
Point defense drone, auto turret, all are good. Oh well.
GG. Alright. Fantasy with the Force too strong.